Well, good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm in. I have changed shirts, and I just, I was just wondering how many guys actually did the workout with me this morning. Pretty tough workout, and it was good. It was definitely something that I needed to get me going today. And good morning, Kathy. How are you doing? How did you like the workout, Kathy? And Amy's on. Great, great, awesome. So, a lot of you guys are probably going to be watching this later, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it now, that if you do watch it later, you can still comment, because I'm going to be asking different questions during my my little talk today on, you have a body fat problem. And so it's Amy and Pam. Wow, that's awesome. Happy birthday, Pam. That's my Mac. Anyway, it's great to have you guys on. And I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I usually kind of talk a little bit because it allows people to see that I am live and people can join. But I don't want to start too quickly because then maybe some people will miss me. But anyway, so today's topic is actually a 5 series, and it'll be every day. It's my Mac. It'll be the first 5 series. So every day this week at 11 a.m., I'm going to be having a little talk about a topic. You think you have a body fat problem that is that you're dealing with, that maybe is making you feel bad and not be able to move well either. And I kind of want to start with a little story that I have, kind of personal story that I had growing up in elementary school and even junior high and even into high school. But I wasn't always the most fit person I am now. I feel like I'm pretty fit. I take it pretty seriously, and I like to stay in fit because it makes me feel good. It gives me energy, and I like to be able to do things with my kids. Like yesterday, I was playing frisbee with my daughter and her friends, and I like to jump in the pool and stuff like that. But it wasn't always that way growing up as a kid. I actually had some adipose tissue, some body fat around my stomach, which actually kind of jiggled as I ran and stuff like that. And some of the guys would make kind of fun of me, and it really kind of hurt me emotionally. And so early on in life, I changed that. I changed the way I ate. I changed the way I exercised, and I got organized. And then people started to notice and they started making comments. And I liked that emotional part of it. I liked that personal part of it where it made me feel good. I guess I was more accepted, if you can say. Maybe I was a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, but I was very aware of it, and it bothered me that people were thinking that way. And then, so I wanted to share that with others. And so that's why I do what I do on a daily basis, of helping people exercise and help them reach their goals. And I've been in the fitness business since my whole life. Started at the Mac in 1992. So I've been doing this since 1992 and even before that. But anyway, I wanted to share that story with you guys because I don't know, is there anybody out there that may have had that type of story, even about themselves, or maybe they know somebody else that has had that type of story that they've had to deal with. They had a friend like that, or maybe it was themselves. Maybe it's something you're dealing with right now. And if that's the case, maybe you could comment below. I would like to know. Maybe there's a way I could help you. But I don't know, guys, if you notice that I am wearing glasses, being 52 years old now. The one thing that exercise cannot do is keep your eyes in shape. And it's just, it is what it is. And I'm sure all my high school friends out there know what I'm talking about, and people that are my age and older. But so anyway, I kind of gave my little story there, and thanks for sharing, Mira. I really appreciate that. And but I tell you, Mary, you've done an incredible job with your exercise and your spinning, and you're just so joyful to be around, and it really has shown, that you are definitely in a good place now. So my congratulations to you in that. So I did want to start with, what are the different types of body fat? And actually, no, there are actually 3 different types of body fat cells. There's actually a white cell, there's a brown, and there's a beige. And each of those have different properties that they have in the body. And a white cell is actually is a white adipose tissue cell, and it's the standard one that you're going to have that we always start out with in life. It stores energy in large fat droplets around your body, and accumulates around the body, and actually is responsible for the insulation of you and providing insulation for all your organs. And it's not really the good one that you want to have. I think that's also known as the visceral fat, which is a really bad one. But then there's also, believe it or not, there is a good fat in your body, which is the brown fat. And that's where actually can store energy, and it's packed with iron-rich mitochondria. And if you guys don't know what mitochondria is, that is the powerhouse cell. That's where you get your energy from. And you actually can produce more mitochondria by exercise, and that's a very good thing to have. And that's actually how it gets its color. It's colored by being packed with iron-rich mitochondria. It also creates heat without shivering. And this process is called the thermogenesis, which maybe some of you guys have remembered from biology. And it also helps burn calories. And so the brown is what you want to have within your body. You want to have less of the white and more of the brown. And I'm going to go in ways that you can actually produce more brown and get rid of the white. So fat cells can be, I know Christine, I remember you told me that about you. So Christine is on, and one of our TFW members. I don't mean to stop here, but yeah, if you guys know Christine, she used to be 50 pounds heavier than she is right now. And then that's when she was at 15 years old and through most of her adult life. But Christine is just amazing. And in our TFW program, she does an incredible job. I need to do a testimonial story on you, Christine. If you can send that stuff to me later, that'd be awesome. So anyway, fat cells can be stored in 3 ways. They can be stored as essential. It can be stored as the subcutaneous, and also can be stored as the visceral fat. And hopefully you guys know that the visceral fat is the one you don't want to have in your body. That is the one that is the really, really dangerous one. That's the one that's around your abdomen area, and it's amongst the major organs in your body. And can you imagine if you've got fat around your organs, it's going to get seeped into those organs, and it's really, really dangerous at high levels. As a matter of fact, for men, I think if your waistline is over, I think if it's over 38, that's not good. That's a bad benchmark to be at. And if you're over at 35 for a female, that's also really bad. And that's because of the increased visceral fat in your body. And so, and that's, the belly fat, as they say, is the bad fat that you don't want to have. Subcutaneous fat is where, so that you can pinch barely an inch. Like right here, I hardly have any fat here at all. But then if I go and pinch myself on my belly right here, then this one, that's about a ½ inch. That's, I'm trying to get rid of that. On my thigh, I have another really, really lean site, and there's not much there. But actually I think it's on the, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On the 3rd day, I'm actually going to show you how you can test your own body fat at home. And I think you should be sticking around for that one, or watching on that one on Wednesday. But so subcutaneous fat is that one. The visceral fat is the one you don't want to have. And I'm going to share ways that you can help get rid of that in a little bit here. And then what was the other one? The essential fat is the one, another one that you can have. And that one is also stuff that you'd need to have. And like I give the example for essential fat. You see the bodybuilders on stage and you see somebody who's really, really lean, you know, where they're literally like paper thin throughout their whole body. That's essential fat. If you get too much lower than that, your body's not going to work correctly. The hormone level is going to get messed up. And so you want to be really, really careful of getting too low on your body fat. I know like all you guys have that problem, right? But anyway, so let me explain. There are 3 ways to recruit the brown fat. So remember the brown fat and the white fat. The white fat's not the one that you don't want to have too much of, and the brown fat is the good one that you do want to have. And there's a couple of ways that you can actually produce more brown fat. Not that, I mean, like you're thinking, why would I want to produce more fat? Well, remember the brown fat is the good fat. That's where you can store energy. It actually helps burn calories. That's where the mitochondria is as well. And so, believe it or not, exposing yourself to cooler temperatures is a way of helping recruit more and have more brown fat in the body. Eating more. Now, don't get the bad idea, oh, that sounds great. I probably have a lot of brown fat. It's not that you eat more. It's more that you eat healthy. And so the healthy way of eating, you know, your greens, your fish, your lean meats, all these type of things are important to eat regularly. And I always like to say, when you shop the perimeter of the shopping centers, that's where you want to shop, right? If you can grow it, you can catch it, you can kill it. That's probably the things you want to be eating and consuming, right? Things in a box traditionally are not so good. So you're going to eat more of the right foods in order to help promote the growth of more brown fat. And believe it or not, exercise, guys. If you're not exercising, you're not going to be able to have that brown fat. If you sit around and being sedentary, that's going to promote more of the white, the fat, the visceral fat that's going to go right on your belly, and that's not good. So surprise, surprise, exercise is a way to get more brown fat. And what is actually, who knows, raise your hand, who knows what the, in a weekly's time, how many minutes you should have a moderate activity. So that you have one of moderate activity, which the intensity is more moderate. We're talking about intensity-wise, and then vigorous activity. Anybody know? Please shoot that in the comments. Hey, good to see you, Zach. Mustafa's on as well. Good to see you, Mustafa. But so honestly, it should be. I wouldn't say so. Hey, it's 150 minutes per week of moderate activity. How much you exercise? That's what I want to know. How much are you exercising? And then vigorous activity, like what we did this morning. So in the hurricane circuit, how many times are you doing a hurricane during the week? It shouldn't be a ton. You know, I think 75 is and they say 75 is like jogging, swimming laps. I would, you know, that's more like medium to me if you're jogging and swimming laps. It depends on who you are too, but for me to really, really get after a hurricane, I'm probably not going to do too much of that a week. I'm probably going to do like, I guess that's about right, 75 per week. But, you know, I'm probably going to do 2 times a week where I'm really working hard on the interval. And Braylee says hi. Braylee, hi. Hi, Braylee. Hope she can see me. So anyway, you get the idea. Exercise is important. So let's move on to what do you think is really the blame? What's the blame for your body fat problem? There's actually 5 items. Anybody have any idea what the 5 items are? Well, believe it or not, it is your genetics is number 1. Number 2 is the stress. Number 3 is lack of sleep. Number 4 is lack of exercise. And number 5 is the food factor. And so let's take a look at genetics. So if you've been overweight for much of your life and your parents have been overweight for much of their lives, then you probably do have a genetic problem. That would be considered a genetic problem. And then 80% of obesity was due to those type of factors where your parents are overweight. You've been overweight most of your life. Doesn't mean you can't get leaner and you can't get in shape and you cannot change that because you can. Now, will you ever be like a completely skinny rail with, hardly any body fat at all? Maybe, but that would be extreme conditions that you would have to do. And I don't think you want to do that, but you can get healthy, you can get fit, and you can make life more enjoyable if you didn't have a body fat problem. So the other thing is stress, guys. Stress is a very common thing in today's society. And some people, the stress has been quite low lately. They've been able to get paid. They haven't gone to work. They've been, boating. I live on the lake here at Town Lake, and I see people having a blast. And then some people, it's very stressful right now because they don't have a job, and they're worried about keeping their super high. And so I talk about the stress factor because what involves your stress? Well, stress sets off or is in control of cortisol. Has anybody ever heard of cortisol? Cortisol is a hormone in your body that helps manage your carbohydrates. It helps keep inflammation down, helps regulate your blood pressure. It helps increase your blood sugar. It controls your sleep and wake cycle, and then it can even boost your energy. But did you know if your cortisol is too high, you can have rapid weight gain. You can have your blood pressure shoot up. You can actually get osteoporosis, especially for women. You can have skin changes. You can have easily bruising. You can have these perch marks. You can experience muscle weakness, and your mood swings can be off the charts. You can have anxiety, depression. You can be very irritable. All that is related to stress. So to me, stress is one of the biggest problems with body fat control, body fat issues. So something to think about too, is your stress in control? And why is it not in control? Because if your stress is out of control, that could be your main issue with your body fat. So think about that. I mean, that is a huge one. And so I'm actually going to go over a little bit right now how you can control your cortisol. You could actually get your cortisol checked at your doctor's office. But I'll tell you this right now. If you're doing something right now in your life that's causing lots of stress, you got to change it. You know what that is, and you know what those little things that are setting you off, and you may want to try some meditation. You may want to exercise regularly. You may want to try to get to sleep at the same time every night. Go to sleep where it's in a dark place, it's a cool place. You got your favorite pillow. Maybe you have a fan by your bed. But all these things, guys, can help modify and calm your stress. Because once you control the stress, I think everything can change. I think a lot of things can change. And what was number 3 on that items of what might be related to your body fat problem? Sleep. Well, if you're stressed out, how are you going to sleep? You're probably not going to be able to sleep. If you can't sleep, your stress is going to go up. If you don't sleep, your heart rate's always going to be up. But sleep research shows is a really big reason why you might be gaining weight. It tends to disrupt the hormones like cortisol. In a 2004 study, more than 1,000 volunteers, researchers found that people who slept less 8 hours a night had higher levels of body fat than those who slept more. And the people who slept the fewest hours and your cortisol is going to be messed up. So, and then number 4, what was the 4th item? So we have genetics, we have stress, we have lack of sleep, and then number 4, lack of exercise. If you're not getting your exercise in daily, then you're not doing yourself any justice. You're not doing yourself any good. And honestly, guys, that's why I've been putting out these workouts. I put workouts 6 out of the 7-day week. I'm not saying you have to work out 6 days a week, but my gosh, you got to at least get 3 or 4 days in per week. And then what Training for is I'm a big advocate of Train Force. We have it at our club, Memorial Athletic Club. It is incredible. It's an incredible program. And a lot of what I do is based on the philosophy of what Training Force has said, is that you want to have 2 like aerobic or anaerobic sessions per week, and you want to have 2 strength classes per week. So then you've got 4 exercise routines for that week. And I throw a stretch in maybe once or twice a week. Hey Beth, how you doing? And so item number 4 is lack of exercise. You've got need to be an hour of pain. No, it doesn't need to be an hour of pain. What I always like to say in my spin classes is that it should be a comfortable challenge. If you are way out of control with your level of effort, then it's way too much. It's just way much. And you're not going to like exercise. You're not going to come back and do it. And so make sure that it is a comfortable intensity level for you. That's the best way to do it. Honestly, and nobody else knows except for you if you're doing the right thing. And now number 5, the food factor. This is my last little item I want to go over. Food factor. What do you think I'm going to say about the food factor? What do you think I'm going to say? I'm going to say this. The calories coming in compared to the calories going out equals that secret formula, whether you're going to gain weight or lose weight. You know, that's what it is. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Good to see you. I miss you. One of my clients is on, and I miss her a lot. And she made so much. She made so much progress. She's done so well. I'm glad you're on and watching. So, calories in compared to calories out. Now, there may be some certain situations where you've got some certain hormonal issues. You've got some sort of other issues going on, and you're probably having to check it out with your doctor and get regulated on some medication. You know, there are some people that are going to have that type of challenge, no matter how many calories you eat and how many calories you burn off. But for most of us, that is the secret formula, the food factor. Calories coming in, calories going out. Where do you get? You know, either you're going to gain weight or you're going to lose weight. And so that's what it is. So that's what I wanted to go over with you guys today. Hopefully you got a little bit out of that today. I don't really have like the secret pill. There's not a secret pill to exercise. There's not a secret formula. It's just, you know, I give you some ideas of what you may need to work on right now. The food factor. I like to go back to those 5 points. Those 5 points. Is it your genetics? Is it your stress? Is it your sleep? Is it your lack of exercise? Is it the food factor? Maybe it's all 5. Maybe it's just one of those. Because just having the stress alone, guys, could mess you up. That could be your biggest issue right there. But I'm going to end it right here. And guys, if you want to send me a comment of what you're dealing with right now, I'd love to learn about it, and maybe I can help you. But I will see you back here tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And we are going to talk about, so, you know, why is an elevated body fat problem so bad anyway? And can you be fat and fit? So I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow. Guys, I love all you guys. God bless. Hope you like the collar shirt. My glasses a little bit different than what I normally wear on a daily basis. Thank you, Mira. Miss you. And thank you, Daniela. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 11 o'clock.